if everything is all forgotten about and it goes back to normal and the show goes on like usual and you all forget about this, great. But I'm wondering whether this is actually the end of it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Heavy Muscle Radio went off as usual. Things seem to be all kumbaya over at RX Muscle. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, Heavy Muscle Radio went off. I watched about half the video. No mention halfway through of what's transpired. Everything seems to be all the same between Dave and Chris, as if nothing ever happened. They just went about the show like they typically do. Right, they've been friends for probably over 3 decades. There's some things, though, that I question. I don't know the discussions that they had between themselves, how this was worked out, but the video posts that Chris's son Farid made are still up on his Instagram. This whole thing was supposed to be, what spurred this was supposed to be about racist and bigoted, is that a proper word? Comments on Dave's channel. The tirade that Farid went on, he didn't just talk, it wasn't solely about these racist and bigoted comments that were made, and he didn't give us an example of anything. He whipped into Dave every which way. Not things that were not true, totally uncalled for. Chris, watching the comments that were made, Chris was on it. He was very active in his comments, and he was very defensive of his son. Chris said one thing that caught me, made me ask some questions. He said that there are racist things being said in the comments, and that Dave and Sid Baruki are aware of it, and that his son is the only one, and he's not a man, even a man yet. Well, technically he is. He's an adult. He was the only one who had the man balls to stand up and say something. And I read that and I'm like, well, Kristen, obviously you know about these racist comments that are being made. What happened to your man balls? How come this wasn't dealt with, discussed way before your son had a chance to put the video up? At this point, how come you're not pressuring your son to take the video down? From what I hear, Dave had someone go through comments to remove stuff. Even if he didn't, if the video was solely about these racist comments that were made, then you might have an argument to keep the video up. But the things that were said, it was way beyond that. And it was all bullshit. And then to top it off, I do think Chris's son, I think his head is swollen a little bit. He did make the comment that he sees himself as part of the future of bodybuilding, and he doesn't want Dave Palumbo in our future. You have to accomplish something before you can be considered the future of bodybuilding. You haven't accomplished anything yet. I'm happy that things seem to be going smooth between Dave and Chris. But once again, I question things. Why hasn't Chris pressured his son to remove these posts simply because of all those other things that were said that had nothing to do with the so-called reason why you made the video in the first place, and to the fact that it appears that by Chris's comments, he knew for a while about this, and there was an opportunity to snip this in the bud before it ever came to these posts being made. I don't know. I'm just ranting and raving over here. Just a few things I don't quite understand about this. If everything is all forgotten about and it goes back to normal and the show goes on like usual and we all forget about this, great. But I'm wondering whether this is actually the end of it. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. You can let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.